if you're a solo agent, man, you need to stop doing this alone. Like you're going to need, like, whether it be a coach or a CRM, you're going to need to invest a little bit in your business here, because otherwise you're not going to do it yourself.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with what's happening in the industry? And I would love to get your view of where's the industry going to be in a year or two as well.
Yeah, I am not a big fan of doom and gloom about the real estate agent being replaced. I just don't see that happening.
I don't either.
I see a lot of people and companies trying to alarm real estate agents for their own personal motivations, like come to my company or you'll die because of Zillow. Use my product or you won't keep up with Zillow, or things like that.
Well, even Zillow is hiring agents today. So I don't know. Right. You're right. I mean, their original goal was to eliminate the real estate agent. I don't think that's their goal anymore. No,
now it's like, we're just going to compete with them. And would you be afraid if another RE/MAX entered the market? No, it's just another brokerage, So taking over, I don't see it. I mean, what is their value proposition? We've got a bunch of leads that we give to our agents. Ooh, there's something novel. Like, it seems like everyone does that.
I read an article this morning, not published by Zillow, published by somebody else, that said that Zillow, people think it's such a threat, but they're only working with 5% of the agents in the industry. And I don't know, they didn't say what percentage of the homes they were working with in the industry, because it was really comparing them against a competitor moving into the space. But I mean, that was interesting for me to see that, opportunities there.
We coach clients. We have a lot of the big hitter clients, right? Because we coach a lot of teams and stuff, and we coach solo agents too, don't get me wrong. But we've kind of established ourselves as the place where the big teams go. So we've got a lot of clients that sell 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 homes a year. And guess what? A lot of them do convert Zillow leads one way or the other. And it's such a small percentage of their business. And people from the outside looking in and say, oh, they get all their business from Zillow. I mean, we're talking like single digit percentages. I mean, the vast majority of their business is coming from other sources. Typically, sphere of influence is it's just the boring old answer no one wants to admit. They're just working the people they know, over and over, and focusing on activity-based indicators of the dashboard, and their team is actually doing what everybody knows they should be doing because of that team accountability. There isn't a magic pill they're paying for. That does help supplement new agents typically until they get their own databases up and running. But that's generally speaking what's happening here. So, I'm not afraid of their emergence, and especially, iBuyer, again, they're now, you've got a new home flipper in your neighborhood. Again, is this new to you? Like, do you live in an area where there aren't home flippers buying houses directly through wholesalers? If so, I don't know where that is, because everybody's used to that. I mean, that's been around for a long time, and they're used to people buying leads and giving it to their agents. So I really don't see them replacing the agent. In fact, it looks like they're running into a place where they're just realizing, hey, to be profitable, we have to compete with them, alongside them.
Yeah.
And bring it on. In my opinion, like if you're an agent and you cannot compete with an iBuyer program in your listing presentation script, then you do need to get a coach very, very quickly, because it's pretty easy to defeat the argument that they're using. Hey, we're going to buy your house for a really low amount, turn around it, and we're not going to charge you commission, but we're going to take all your profit when we sell it. That's not a hard argument to overcome as an agent, So that, I think we can get around that one and say, hey, we'll just make you more money by just paying us a commission and you keep the profit.
Yeah.
So not frightening to me. So I don't see that one. I really do think the realtor is very healthy. We're starting to see Amazon and Google really getting active into the home search and the realtor search space now. And they both need agents for those platforms to run, especially Google. So that's with their local service ads and the emergence of all of that, very much geared around the agent. And just another way to distribute online leads, which is kind of neat. And so I really just see the agent being needed more and more and more throughout the process. It just affirms it. There's been some serious threats allegedly that never even came close to materializing. And I'm still yet to see one that makes sense, that I'm really genuinely afraid of.
The two companies coming in, you mentioned Google. What was the other one you mentioned?
Amazon.
Amazon, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Amazon's really just in beta right now, though. We did some work with them on that.
So one of the things you mentioned in that answer was strengthening your database. And having worked with a lot of teams and a lot of solo agents, most of our customers are teams and brokerages like yours, but
right.
It seems to me the big missing piece for most solo agents that I know, they don't actually have a database. Like they don't pay for the software to effectively run a database where they're doing the effective follow-up and touches and things like that. Would you agree with that? Or
oh yeah.
What's your thought on that?
Oh, they certainly don't. I mean, it's agents are hypersensitive to cost. Is an understatement.
Yes.
And again, I think the concepts those 5 components of a team, like if you're a solo agent, man, you need to stop doing this alone. Like you're going to need, like whether it be a coach or a CRM, you're going to need to invest a little bit in your business here, because otherwise you're not going to do it yourself. I've just watched thousands of agents over the years, and they're just too, like even if they get a CRM, without someone pushing them or driving them forward, they're not even going to figure out how to use it. And they're going to say it doesn't work or they don't like it. That's, the CRMs are fine. It's usually the user that's the problem here.
Yeah. So the thing about a team, they have accountability, they have a coach, they take that accountability level way up to the next level, right?
They have a CRM.
Even if you are on a team, you should have a coach, right?
Yeah, they really should.
But I can totally see as we dig into this why 1 in 10 agents survives if they go straight into a brokerage, and 1 in 3 if they go into a team.
Yep, I agree with that one. I can vouch for that one all day long. And I do like the idea of not trying. I mean, hedge your bet. I mean, those numbers are daunting. So the way that you actually improve those numbers is getting help. Getting a CRM, using dashboards, getting a coach. That's how you really jimmy the odds, hedge your bet, and make sure that you beat the odds. Because if you look at all the top teams or top agents or what have you across the country, they've all got CRMs. They're all tracking their activities, and they've all got coaches. So, success leaves clues. It's up to the agents to pick them up. It's real clear. Yeah.
Well, Brian, I know you have a hard stop and I have a hard stop in a few minutes. So I've just got a couple more questions for you, but
sure.
Just such a great perspective sitting here talking to you today. So I really appreciate you jumping in and spending time with us. And just a couple of things on your personal side. Like what kind of things do you like to do in your spare time? You seem like you're in great shape. You are coaching, but what are you doing for fun when you're out and about?
Well, I live in California, so I like to surf. I'm a runner. I like to swim. I'm a swimmer my whole life, so I'm pretty active. I've got a wife and a couple kids. My wife, like yours, sells a lot of real estate. Sells a few hundred houses a year. She's got a real estate team as well too. But we're pretty darn active. We're beach people, so we like I said, we surf and we stand up paddle and we kayak and do all that kind of stuff. So we're real outdoors people. We run around a lot. She's doing her first triathlon. I've done a lot of triathlons in my life.
Awesome.
Those are kind of exhausting. So but still do those from time to time as well too. So pretty active. Love to travel. We're big travelers as well too, which is kind of fun.
So do you live in Orange County? Is that where you live?
No, I live in a small beach town called Morro Bay, California. It's north of there. It's north, not as far as San Francisco. It's probably right in between Los Angeles and San Francisco. It's a good way to say it.
Okay, great. So you said you love to travel. Tell us, what's the best place you've ever been? What's your favorite place in the world? Other than
wow, that's good. Man, I love history. So I went through Italy, and I just love Italy because I like all the history. Stuff goes really old there. I've been to Istanbul. I love Istanbul, Constantinople because of all the history. So checking out all the mosques and learning about all the different empires that ran that place was really, really cool. Those are some great places. I've been to Fiji, again, beach guy. So that, as far as beaches go, and islands, that's probably my favorite. I'm a big fan of Hawaii. We go there, we're on California, so it's a pretty quick jaunt over to Hawaii for us. So I go to Kona a lot. We're a big fan of the Mauna Kea area and Mauna Kea Beach. I think it's the best beach in the world. Great place to take your family. So I like that one. And next week I'm hopping on a plane and going to Key West, and we're going to go mahi-mahi fishing because the mahi-mahi run this time of year between Cuba and the Florida Keys. So we're going to go try to catch a bunch of those and eat a bunch of fish next week, which I'm thrilled for that because I've never caught a mahi-mahi, but I'm going to do everything I can to get one next week.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, have fun. Thanks for sharing that. Brian, I've had a great time with you today. For any listeners that want to reach out and reach you guys, what's the best way to get a hold of you? What's your website? All those kinds of things.
Sure. You can catch us at eicenhowercoaching.com. Eicenhowercoaching.com is the best way to go. You can get a free coaching consultation with our head coach. We've got about 25 coaches, like I said, about 500 clients, and we'll give you a free coaching consultation if you just go in there and spend about 30 seconds filling out the quick form. We'll get back to you same day and schedule, you can get a free 30-minute coaching consultation, no obligation. And hopefully you take something away from that, even if you don't want to try coaching. Hopefully you can get some insight into your business and gain something for free going forward. But that's the best way to catch us.
All right. Awesome. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us again on today's show. Looking forward to next week's. Make sure and join us then. In addition, if you enjoyed the show, go give us a review, subscribe to the show. That'll help us get more guests like Brian on the show today. So Brian, thanks again for your time. Have an amazing trip to Key West next week.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian, for everything.
All right.